to Vlogmas Day 1. I don't know how this is going to turn out, and I'm not even sure which platform this is going on, because normally I try and wind down for December, but last year I had a lot of fun filming Vlogmas for YouTube, and I've been grappling with the idea of whether I was going to try and do it again, whether I condensed my daily videos down to 10 minutes and uploaded daily, or whether I would go with the weekly as I did last year. But towards the end of the season, the weekly one blew out to something crazy long, and it took me so long to edit. So I'm thinking maybe little 10-minute clips each day is the way to go to keep my sanity in check, and trying to decide exactly where it's going to go. I am starting my day 1. This is actually the little tag from my husband's advent. As you saw last year, he started an advent calendar for me, and I wanted to do the same for him this year. So this is the number that I used for his. He's already unwrapped it and gone to work with it, so I'll probably show it at the end of this vlog. But my day 1 this morning was a pink tile for my wallet. He is very big on tech, and so a lot of my gifts will be tech related because that's his love language. And last year I actually got a AirTag, which I still use to this day on my keys, but he said this is for my wallet. So I thought it was very, very cute, and the fact that it was pink, he knows me very well. I bought him a small leather messenger bag, which was meant to be for at the end of the calendar, but he's been having a lot of issues remembering his stuff for work, so I switched some days around and let him take the messenger bag today as day 1. And I told him that it was meant to be like his 25th one, so I'll have to be very decisive of what replaces the leather bag as his 25th, because I knew he was in need of it today. So I'm probably going to put my number in my journal or something, but first and foremost, I'm going to start with some morning pages. So that's where we are for day 1 in the morning of Vlogmas. Just finished the calendar for Patreon, which I'm really glad that is done and dusted with. All I need to do is make a Monday start one, because I release both types. There is so many layers and so many photographs and items in this calendar. It may not seem like it, but there are multiple tree photos, and this was actually a photo I took inside a Christmas store, so I had to edit it so that you didn't see all the price tags, stock. There was like a storage thing behind this guy. I had to make it look really magical. I've got Christmas trees from photographs I've taken in shopping centers when we went to New York. This little tree here is actually a mini tree from our little like Christmas scene. This is my current tree. Crazy. And then I've been taking lots of vintage like photos of vintage items. Each month Hubs and I will go on an adventure to like curated vintage stores, and I would take lots of photos and they would be included in the calendar in some way, shape or form. And I've taken so many photos of vintage books that I happen to have like Christmas colored stacks, which I was very, very happy about. Just a picture of my cup. This is also from my decorations. So very, very personal. And I'm very happy with how it turned out. I like the little stardust touches, all the Christmas twinkles. Yeah, happy. Very, very happy. So I just need to do the Monday start version and then get that uploaded and exported for the inkies to use in their journals and planners. And I know some of them actually use this as their lock screen, which I love. So this is the Patreon calendar. I thought I would give you a look at the journal that I'm probably going to put into retirement, because I'm dealing with quite a bit of a hump in my journal, and it is making it quite hard to work in at the moment, and I am having a bit of a love affair with a different journal currently. So I think I might just maybe do a finishing off page and then let the rest of the pages stay blank, because the hump is such a awkward like place to try and journal, and being a left-hander, I'm already battling against the forces of nature basically. So I thought that I would show you what I have been working in for the majority of 2025. As you guys know, you've probably seen this if you've been around here for a hot minute. This is my original Midori Traveler's Notebook. I got this in 2014 and it was my very first Traveler's Notebook. I've since then had it sent off to Baumkuchen and have had it customized by their Truly Yours atelier basically when they first launched it. So it was like one of the first that was done, because I was just enamored with the idea. And at first I had purchased a new Traveler's Notebook way back when to get them to customize it, but when it came, it just didn't have the same feeling and lived-inness as my very well patinaed, very shiny brown OG girl. So I saved up and bit the bullet and got it customized, and I've been loving it and using it basically ever since. And it seems crazy that this is an 11-year-old journal and I've just been loving on it ever since. So it's just a mess of photos and bits and pieces and my little folder bits, you know, all that jazz. So my actual journal is a grid notebook from Baumkuchen as well. And I absolutely adored my knitting journal, which I had the same insert for, that I decided for 2025 that I wasn't going to purchase any notebooks or journals insert related except for my gratitude journal, which is an Our Studio, because I was just in love with it. And for the most part, I pretty much stuck to that. So this was already in my stash, and I have so many Traveler's Notebook inserts that I thought that I was going to use more than one insert. But because this is Tomoe paper, there's quite a lot of pages, and it is interesting that I couldn't even finish one. I had hoped if I had done like a 003 insert or a short trip insert, I probably would have knocked over quite a few, but I'm glad that I have a large chunk of it finished. And as you can see, the hump is so dire that it just is so hard to work on. So I'll probably glue in a couple of large photos and stuff like that. But yeah, she is just so awkward to use that I'm probably gonna let it go, not let it go, but like, you know, put it with the other family members of the insert. So I have decorated it pretty badly actually, but you know, it's all good. And I'll give you a quick look at what my insert looks like from this year. A lot of these have been filmed as journal with me's or studio vlogs for Patreon. which is where I make approximately 2 videos a week unless something goes wrong, like I'm sick or something like that. And a lot of them are quite long. So if you are looking for more content from me or looking for more longer content that is journaling related, that is where you'll find a lot of my content. So there is lots of fun bits and pieces of my life, but I am not going to talk all the way through this flip. So I'm going to let the music play and you can enjoy having a look at some of the journal pages that I created this year. husband's little advent calendar, and I grabbed a box of these on sale so that I can put a little chocolate in with each of his days. I hope there's enough because the bigger box wasn't on sale and it was so expensive, so I really hope there's enough to fill this up. There was not enough, so I'm gonna have to raid our little candy cane stash and put some candy canes in and move them around, because there's no way I'm going back to the shops to buy another one of these, because this was $7. So we're gonna add some candy canes and that will make up the last of them, but I'll have to move them around so he's not getting like a week of candy canes. So I will quickly do that now. I'm so mad. I also know he's not gonna be a big fan of cherry ripes, but the boy's just gonna have to deal because I'm not, he can give those to Lige if he decides he doesn't want them. So candy canes to the rescue. I'm so glad that I have some under the little, on the coffee table to make up the difference. There we go. I also forgot that I had bought him a full size for the 24th, which is basically Colombian Christmas. So there's no 25 on this one, but it does go to Christmas Eve. And Christmas Eve is basically when we celebrate what I call Colombian Christmas. So I took one of the cherry ripes off the board because I actually love cherry ripes. So that is him ready to go with his chocolates. I still have a few gifts to purchase. So I'm really hoping I can get that knocked off within the next few days so that I can stop stressing. I probably should have bought some filler things at the supermarket today, but I was not thinking straight. It was very chaotic and a lot of alarms going off, but I'm glad that I remembered to actually buy chocolates. Car washed because the cockatoos have gone to town. You can see how filthy it is, and she definitely needs some attention.